What's going on, guys? We are in Phoenix, Arizona, tapping in with Tyler Smith of Kitsune Brewing Company. My name is Jonathan Jones, and this is Cookout Coach.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the roll, here we go.
Brother Tyler, what is going on, man?
How's it doing today?
I'm glad we can finally do this, man.
Yes.
Before we get into all the questions and stuff, just let the people know a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Tyler. I own Kitsune Brewing Company off of 32nd Street in Bell. I've been home brewing now for 18 years.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I've been home brewing now for 18 years, and just finally decided to take the jump. I left my corporate job about 4 years ago. I worked for Nike for 10 years.
Wow.
And just finally decided to get away from the desk and the travel, and thought I'd do something a little tougher, I guess. Because this became a lot tougher than I thought it would.
Yeah. So you say you were home brewing for 18 years.
Actually, let's call it 16.
16
Yeah.
years. At what point, like, was there a certain point where you said, you know what, I think I can like do this on my own, at least make my own stuff and like have people enjoy it?
Yeah. So when I first started home brewing, as any home brewer knows, like your first beer, like you're just excited because you made something. Mm-hmm. And looking back now, like it was terrible. Like it was a raspberry wheat beer. I thought I had just broken the code on brewing, like, and now looking back, I'm like, that thing was not good. And then over the years, what happened was when I was living up in Portland, my brother lived in Seattle, and I was brewing what's now Forager, and I brought it up to him, and he took a sip of it. This was probably in about 2017, 16, 17. He took a sip of it, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Damn." He's like, "This is better than 90% of the shit on the shelf."
Hey!
And I was like, I go, "Are you messing with me?" He's like, "No." And the thing about my brother is he doesn't just talk to talk. Like, he would have said nothing if it was trash.
And one thing he's leaving out is your older brother.
My older brother, yeah.
So there's that dynamic of, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
You're right. But for him to come out there and say that, I was like, maybe people aren't, pulling my leg when they say my beer is good. So I was like, maybe we can do this. And 3 years later, I left the job, and I was like, let's see what we can do.
That's amazing, man. And since we're on the subject of family, we were just introduced and talking about your brother, man.
Yeah.
Let us know a little bit about your family, man.
Yeah, so I've been married now for, 14 years.
Congratulations.
My wife, Rebecca, she's a physician, a pediatrician. I got 2 girls, 9 and 5. Zoe and Penelope. I went to Paradise Valley High School, which is a mile up the road. Yeah. My folks, my mom, my dad, I have a brother and a sister. We grew up, 3 miles from the location. So, Arizona, we've lived here forever. I was born in Nebraska, lived in Minnesota for a bit.
Go Big Red! And I gotta ask about the name, Kitsune.
Yeah.
Why Kitsune?
So, my best friend growing up, Calvin, actually played basketball overseas in Japan. Okay. And so my first experience with Japanese culture was he couldn't make it to my wedding, so he actually flew me out for 15 days.
Nice. Okay.
To go to Niigata, which is a prefecture on the west side of Japan. When I was there, I fell in love with the people, the food. Going back to Japan and doing those trips, it was my love for the culture just got deeper and deeper. There's these shrines in Japan, and a lot of the communities called Inari shrines, and the Kitsune. So there's different types of Kitsunes. Now the Kitsune that we're trying to represent here is that Kitsune guards the Inari shrine. So the Inari shrine is supposed to bring like prosperity and wealth and health to the community, and the Kitsune guards that. And kind of like we were talking about a little bit earlier, this is my community. Yeah. And the idea is that this is a place people can go, and what we're just trying to exude out there is just health, wealth, prosperity for the community, and that's what we're trying to bring on the north side up here.
Man, I love it. This is probably gonna be tough for you.
Okay.
But if I've never been here and I'm from out of town or whatever it might be, is there a top 5? We can go 6. We can stretch it to 6. Is there a top 6 beers you would have someone try on their first?
I could do top 5 easy.
Top 5. Here we go.
So number 1, our flagship IPA Forager. Like I was telling you, I wrote that recipe you know, what is it, 2022? I wrote that recipe 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we have iterations of it to get it to where it is today, but that's my baby. That's the one that, like I was telling you with my brother,
Yeah.
that's the one that made me realize I might be able to do this. Forager, and then we have our double dry hop Galactic Overture, which is our Galaxy dry hop beer, which is just absolutely lights out. Oh, our boy.
I would say that this will probably enter that top 5.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Yeah,
that.
so this is our newest beer, Saxaboom Sunrise.
Brother JJ, thank you, man. Shout out to Brother JJ, man.
So Saxaboom Sunrise, we brewed it one time while we were working at Simple Machine. We've scrapped the old recipe. Yeah, this is definitely in the top 5 now. We were able to try it yesterday. And
We got an exclusive,
Yeah.
Cookout Culture exclusive. Let's
Yeah.
get this thing a
Yeah.
try, man. I'm gonna just say it now. This gonna be number 1 when it's all said.
I mean,
Okay, back on track.
All right.
We had our top 2.
yeah, I would say Saxaboom is number 3.
Come on, yeah.
I think the community is really gonna dig this one. There's some bitterness, fruitiness to it. It just came out beautifully. Another beer I'm really proud of is Shua Shua.
Sure, yeah.
So Shua Shua is our rice lager, and thankfully we were able to get jasmine rice, a Japanese strain of rice, and you really get some cool earthy kind of floralness from the rice.
Yeah.
That you don't get like from your German style lagers. Like you still want it to be clean, but there's a nose to it that's completely different than your German styles. Back in May, I did a beer with Tombstone called Kakagori, which is a sour, and what people didn't know at the time was Kakagori is actually our sour series.
Okay.
And so our first one we did was blueberry raspberry at Tombstone. This new one we did was blueberry cherry and lime. And so Kakagori is our sour series where it's always going to be named Kakagori, but we're going to change the fruits with it.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of the way that sour has been shaping up, and the response of it has been really amazing. So
Awesome, man.
I would say those are my top 5.
Top 5 there. I know y'all got a plethora
Yeah, we do.
of other options. So if y'all are finding yourselves on this side of town, man, 32nd Street and Bell, Phoenix, Arizona, you got to stop in and try some of these, man. Last time I stopped in with Brother Eric from Fat Dudes Fat Foods, man, and we had to call an Uber home. So
That's how you know it's a good time.
make sure you have a good time, but you do it responsibly,
Of course.
too. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so Instagram, you can find us at Kitsune Brewing Co. Facebook, Kitsune Brewing Co. And yeah, I mean, those are our 2 main. We're on Untapped like everyone else.
Cool.
And yeah, just come on out and have a pint and see what you think.
There you go. Well, I always like to tell you guys, if it's your food, it's your rules. And if it's your grill, it's your rules. And it's always, just like beer, it's done when it's done.
That's right.
Peace and love.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Woo!